Welcome, Team Red Scare, to your third elimination. I know, we're just gonna acknowledge it's not a great feeling to be here again. I do just want to say, from my part, what a challenge, and y'all did some great work. It was so close. But unfortunately, we are here. So let's get down to business. All right. Zoe, we're going to come over to you first. So, talk to me about the challenge this week.
So, it was rough. It was really rough for me, honestly, because the past two challenges have I felt gone well for me and that I've done really well on, but this one, so I really struggle with word scrambles because I have dyslexia. So word scrambles are like hard for me. So yeah, that was rough, but you know what? It's okay. I'm hoping that my team knows that this is just like a slip up and that I normally don't really have trouble with, challenges and things like that. And I do love literature and English, and I'm an avid reader. So hopefully in the future, my challenges will improve. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you did, you had big shoes to fill, and they were your own shoes, you were kind of the MVP first week, bringing Dad into the room. That was game changer. So I'm curious too, last week's elimination, so Lucas left us last week. You were the only other contestant to get votes for you. So how did that feel?
It hurt. But I did talk to both of the people who voted for me, and I asked what I could do better, and it was just a political strategy. So I do feel better knowing that it wasn't something that I did. It was more just a political thing. I've said it before and I'll say it again, like, my team is everything. My team knows that, like, I'm there for them. And that everything that I do is like for the betterment of the team. So yeah, I think that my team knows that and that they wouldn't vote me out because they had to, that it was just for politics. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. I hear that. Well, let's hope, and I'll say this multiple times tonight, let's hope that you do not end up here again next week. All right, Kathryn, I'm going to come over to you. I mean, I gotta admit, you did really well on the challenge. The bed making was fiercely quick. So how are you feeling? How are you feeling tonight, heading into the elimination?
You know, I really do enjoy making my bed. I make it every morning, so it's a skill that I do very well. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I can do this. I can pull through for the team.
So wait. You really make your bed every morning?
Oh yeah, religiously.
That's amazing.
Like, I feel incomplete if I don't make my bed.
Well, there we go. It was the perfect challenge for you.
Yeah.
It was.
It was meant to be, really.
Yeah, serendipitous.
Oh, there's a big word. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I felt good about it. Like Zoe said, though, like, overall, it really hurt because we were doing super well, and then we weren't, and then we were, and then it just went back and forth and back and forth, and then in the end, it didn't go our way. I really, low-key, dynamites aren't even that good, so I don't know. Like, I just, they keep getting lucky, and it's really, really making me angry, but, yeah.
Yeah, I hear
it
that.
It is what it is.
And that's what I mean. Like, the challenges, particularly the past, both last week and this week, it was so close, right? A lot of it came down to things that people couldn't have foreseen, right? Maybe getting a category that you were like, wow, I thought I was going to be great on this, and turns out this is the worst possible thing for me. Danny, coming over to you. I'm curious. I asked this question to Matthew last week, but I want to pose it to you. Do you have a strategy in this game? And if so, tell us about it.
My strategy is to literally try my best every single competition. And I want to win. Like, I don't want to be here right now. my competition is don't come back to the elimination episode for at least another 5 weeks. Like, get the dynamites gone. Like, I'm mad. Like, my strategy is just play like you want to win. And I feel like I showcased that last week. And I'm just sad that I couldn't finish the relay this week. Like, Jordan and I got so close. It was just me and Jordan, and the Dynamites ended up winning. So, like, it hurt so bad because I wanted to win. Like, I didn't want to be here, but, play to win.
All right, Matthew, I'm coming over to you.
Hey.
So I have to say, so you all are aware that as you submit these confessionals to us after the episodes, and one of our producers, Lindsay, puts these confessionals on our Instagram page, and we've gotten some pretty good engagement from the TTS community. And Matthew, I have to say, folks are very invested in your emotional journey that they see you go through with your confessionals. So talk to me about that journey and how that's been for you, because it does seem like you've had some pretty deep reactions and responses to how things have been going.
Well, first of all, I couldn't be more grateful for the outpouring of support I've gotten from people in regards to my confessionals, because they are truthful. They are, I live in a very high stakes, high intensity lifestyle, and I ride that wave, and as soon as we're done filming, I pick up my phone and I keep riding that wave. So that's something that's very honest that you guys are all getting to see. The other thing is like, when these episodes are happening, it's getting so close. All these challenges are so close. And I said this in the group chat in the Slack, that we keep getting the short end of the stick. It's not like personal. It's like, and that's what's so stupid about this. And it infuriates me. And then I get it on camera. So, it really fucking sucks, to be honest. And so I ride that wave, and you know what? I think that it's important to see that. I would like to think that our whole team, actually, I don't like to think, I know for a fact, our entire team, the entire Red Scare, takes this whole thing pretty seriously and is very invested and involved in it. And so having that support makes all of these decisions and all of the consequences of every episode so much more life and death, and it sucks. And I feel like I have to express that when I film that. It's not casual for me, because I feel so much about the fact that we keep ending up in this situation and we keep having to make hard decisions. So that's how, that's the wave that I'm on, and I'm glad people are riding it with me. Cowabunga.
Well, they are certainly riding it with you, Mr. Matthew Schwartz. Okay, we're gonna move over to Brett. Brett. So let's talk about it. You guys actually did have a couple times, particularly in maybe the last half, maybe last third of the relay race, had a lead. So talk to me about what that felt like to watch the lead go away at the end there, when you were so close to completing.
It just sucks knowing we were seconds away from winning, and we were so close, and we still didn't quite get it. And I kind of have to agree with Matthew. We take this very seriously. I feel like everyone on this team really wants to be here, and some people on the blue team I've seen just kind of skating by, and it sucks because there's people who are here who I feel like deserve to go further than people over there. And we have to keep sending people home because the stronger players over there are just carrying them.
I would also like to add that throughout this whole process, even though we keep losing, I would literally not rather be on the other team, because all the people on this team, to me, are just so objectively better, smarter, and stronger, and more resilient, that I think about being on the blue team, I'm like, okay, first of all, they have not had to make these difficult decisions. They've not had to come together like this. Yeah. And they also haven't formed the memories and the lifelong friendships that we are making at TTS Survivor. And that matters. And I would much rather be on this team no matter what. I do not want to merge. I do not want to team swap because I think that these people are still the best. I still think that all the people on our team are better. So it's so fucking annoying. Anyway, sorry, Brett.
And I think each of us can name at least 3 female playwrights, honestly. And that
Yeah.
was before we were provoked to look up female playwrights after 2 weeks ago. I'm stuck until we win a challenge. I'm clinging on to the PR nightmare that is Brady Magruder hates women in the arts, because that's the only thing we have over the other team. Sorry to speak out of turn, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
Oh, yeah.
If we're really on the subject, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'll say it again. Our name is so much better. What is Dynamite? I don't
Dynamite
know.
is red.
What is Dynamite?
Fiona, you're not the first person to bring that up. I
We
know
go to our mascot is literally the blue demon.
Bruh,
Like,
yes.
figure that out? They couldn't even think of that.
Man, I cannot wait for the Dynamites to watch this episode. It's
I don't
gonna-
want
I think that the Dynamites could be in the nation.
Can I
I'll
just
say
say-
this. I'll
Oh,
say
go
this
ahead.
about the Dynamites. This is our 3rd elimination now. We have been playing this game much, much harder than they have had to have been playing it. So, even though we'll be down in numbers and we're going to lose one of our members tonight, I think we still have an equal shot to them if there is some kind of swap, because we know how to play this game and we know how to talk to each other and communicate. And I think that's going to be a strength moving forward.
That's an excellent point. I mean, we've talked about how. I mean, also I have to say, when it comes to the audience and fan favorites, y'all definitely are putting in the work there. You know, really, the audience has had so much more interaction with you. I mean, it comes at a price, obviously, because you have presented people. But you know, Robert, I actually want to come back to you. You mentioned, you know, we have to eliminate someone else tonight. How do you feel like the unevenness of the teams are going to affect you all moving forward?
Oh, I actually don't think that they're going to affect us this much, because if you look at the challenge this week, I beat 2 of them. So, like, I don't really care if we're going into it like 6 versus 9, because I already took down 2 of them this week. So like truly, it doesn't affect me that much. I don't know, and I don't think it affects the rest of us, because as I was going through the game, I noticed, and this could just be me speaking from bias, but we kept, if at any point we had a gap, we immediately closed it and then shot past them. And so for the most part, up until the very last round, they were playing catch up with us. And we had less people. So like, I truly don't think it's going to affect us that much. And I really, really hope that they think it does, because I really, really hope that they're getting into a mindset of like, okay, we don't necessarily need to have conversations with each other. We don't need to be trying to bond with each other, because we haven't had to go to any eliminations, and we can just kind of coast by on the assumption that, yes, we're a united team and we've been doing well thus far, but I think that we are getting very, very, very in tune with each other.
Sounds
and I think
like
we're much more in tune
sounds
than
like
they
some
are.
good confidence, Robert. It's confidence in your team. And honestly, after being in this position for 3 weeks, you know, what's the alternative? The alternative is not great. Fiona, any last thoughts you want to add about where you are this week before we move into voting?
What a question. I feel very sad that we're here again this week, as has been reiterated. I feel very confident in my team about next week. I think we have incredible players. I think we have strong players. I think we have players that can name more than one female playwright. And that means a lot to me. And I'll have to say that much. I hope I don't leave this week. And I'm proud of us. That's it.
Great. Thank you, Fiona, for those last words in our little chat here before we move to the part that none of us want to do but must. This, where we are now, is a perfect example of the third time not being the charm. It is time to set another contestant adrift. When I call your name, please private message me in the Zoom chat with the name of the person you think deserves to be voted off tonight. Tonight, we will be starting with Fiona. Next up, we have Brett. Then we have Danny. Next up, Kathryn. All right, Zoe, you're up. Robert, you're next. And lastly, we have Matthew. All right, the votes are in. Folks watching at home, this is the part that none of us enjoy, but it is the nature of the game. This is, after all, Survivor TTS. The votes are Kathryn, Kathryn, Zoe, Kathryn, 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 and a final 6th vote for Kathryn. Kathryn, I am so sorry to have to tell you that you have been eliminated from Team Red Scare. I know, I feel very confident that none of your teammates wanted to do this tonight. I'm sorry to see you go. You were a great competitor. I loved your audition video. I was a barista for a long time before I came back to school. Mad props to baristas. Anything that you want to throw out there? Anything that you want to say before you head out?
No, it's been really fun. Red Scare. I've really enjoyed getting to know each and every one of you. I'm really proud of the work we've done, and I think the energy that you guys had tonight is going to just propel you, and I'm going to be rooting for all of you. I'm so proud of you all. I still love you. No hard feelings.
Love you,
Thank
baby.
you so much, Kathryn.
Kathryn,
Love you so much.
All right, Kathryn, it is time to say goodbye and leave the room. That was tough.
So sad.
Before you all go, I wanted to give you a task that I would like you to complete by the upcoming Monday night's immunity challenge. The producers have decided that we are going to allow Team Red Scare to select 2 members of the Dynamites to join your team. You must make that decision and let us know in a private message on Slack by 9 p.m. on Monday.
So we know it ain't gonna be Brady.
We will also be asking that on the episode Monday night, we will be asking a representative from your team to speak in the episode at the beginning and reveal who those 2 contestants are. So be thinking about that as well. Also, the one additional rule that I have for you is that whoever you select from the Dynamites, if your team ends up losing in the immunity challenge next week, you will not be able to vote either of those contestants off the team.
All
Is there
right.
going to be a twist, like the person who reads the names is going to join the Dynamites?
What's a
I'm
twist,
not gonna
Robert?
reveal
Like,
anything
that
other
was
than what I
just-
have already revealed.
I'm scared.
Oh God.
Gosh.
Any questions?
So many, but you're not going to answer them.
Probably not. But again, I'll just repeat. Pick 2 contestants from from the Dynamites. Have a private message from one of your team members sent to the producers on Slack by 9 p.m. Monday night. Got it?
Yep.
Yep.
They will be joining your bear in mind, they will be joining your team for Monday night's immunity challenge.
Are they gonna know about this ahead of time?
They will not know. So we would appreciate if you would keep it a secret. All right?
Yep.
All right, Team Red Scare, that was difficult. No one wanted to do it, but we did it. We got it done. We will always remember Kathryn and her bed-making skills. And with that, that concludes our third elimination episode for Survivor TTS. Until next time. This is Immunity Challenge number 4.
Yeah, it's a bad day to represent anything red.
I'm sorry.
Is that allowed?
And that's what I have to say, and I want to say it for the people.
Yes! Oh, I know, y'all. This is a lot.